I went to fire the rig up, and fuel would just come shooting out of the side of this thing. Yeah, see how it's got this ring spraying like crazy out of here. Sometimes you just gotta say, you know what, piss on it. I don't even work the battle. Okay, so the next order of business I had for this thing was I need to put this bowl back on that carburetor. I had a problem, which as you can see, I JB welded the end of the fuel bowl up, but I had a situation where when I redid the fuel lines, fuel tank, and everything, I think the system's working a lot better now. It actually probably has more pressure. Well, anyways, I went to fire the rig up, and fuel would just come shooting out of the side of this thing. What is going on? I wasn't really familiar with exactly what to deal with. And I took this bowl off. I thought, okay, well, we'll just slam another carburetor on it. I didn't take the bowl off yet. I would just slam another carburetor on it and get it out, while the other carburetor had bowl. It was doing the same thing. And I was like, wow, what the heck? And when I had the carburetor on, a friend of mine had mentioned, and it was, the carburetor had issues. It wouldn't even run right anyways. So a friend of mine and I were sitting there thinking about it, what are we supposed to do? Because if you look, if you look at the end of that there, you'll see that it's a button, and it's kind of, I don't know what they use to wedge it in there, but it's all it's held in with. And this one here was squirting fuel as well too. And we were talking, and he's like, and a buddy of mine's like, why don't you just, it could be just like a lead seal type situation where you just hammer it back around and it seals it back up. I thought, really? So that's what I did, is I took a little hammer and I just went right around the edges of it and sealed it up. Now, I didn't know that at the time, because at that time before we were talking about it, I just came up with this, kind of dummy idea to put JB weld on the end of this thing. Well, I should have hammered this edge back down again before at least JB welding it, because I don't know if the JB weld's going to really even hold. I mean, it should, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, see how it's got this ring? Well, it was like spraying like crazy out of here, and I wasn't sure. It's some kind of a solder, and I wasn't sure how to repair that. I've never ran across this before, and I thought to myself, great, what am I going to do? Hate to have to buy a whole new bowl. And my buddy just goes, just hit it with a hammer. It should be like a soft solder of some sort. It might have just come undone for whatever reason. So I did. I took a hammer and just started hitting it around here, and this little plug must have started to seal back up again, because it worked. It stopped leaking. So the problem I have now is that bowl I stuck on there, I'm not kidding, is probably 30 or 40 years old, and so were the needle and seat that were in it. And as well as the float, but usually floats don't go bad if they're metal. And I think the levels are all screwed up, and if I move those seals on the adjustment, I mean, it doesn't seem to be over fueling, or like the needle and seat are not working, which surprised the crap out of me. But this is the one that was on it, so I'm going to put it back on. Hopefully this JB weld does the trick. I will definitely keep my eye on it, and if it doesn't, I'll clean all that stuff off, and I'll just hammer on it like I did the other one, because it worked on that one. That's what I had to do that bowl too. Surprised the crap out of me. And if that's the case, then I'll do it to this one. I'll just get the JB weld, peel it off there. But yeah, weird deal. I had not ever ran into that with these 4160 style carbs. I've never had one leak like that before, so I wasn't really sure what to do. Now I know. Now you know too. So let's get this thing, I'll pull this thing off, drain it out, put that bowl back on there. And the other thing, which I'm sure y'all are probably curious about, the seal or the gasket on the back has not leaked. We've had, this will be bowl number 2 on there, and I don't remember, I think I rebuilt this carburetor a year ago, and because that gasket is behind the metering plate, So you have to pull the metering plate and everything and change that gasket. And I just like screw it, throw it together. I've already switched bowls and it's sealing up just fine, and I'm going to do it one more time and see. Can't get away with it too many times here, and this thing's going to start leaking again. But we're going to do it one more time. Fingers crossed that it'll do it. So let me get that off of there. I'm going to make a mess, but I need to get it changed. Hopefully the JB Weld holds. If it don't, well, guess what? We're taking it off one more time. As you can see, carburetor's off. Very hideous. Yeah, I literally, I mean seriously, stuck. I just pulled the bowl off of a real old, I'd say mid-60s, maybe early 70s Holley. It was a factory Ford carburetor for some application. I just yanked this bowl off and threw it on there, not knowing how the kneel and seat situation was going to end up. Persuasion. Let's do it just gently. Should come out. Carry gasket. Lost my O-ring now. That's interesting. That looks like it never had any fuel in it. And it's got a phenolic float. That's interesting. Well, it moved the truck out of the garage. That's what it was supposed to do. Weird. I wasn't paying attention when the fuel was coming out to see if I dumped it upside down into a bowl. I wasn't paying much attention to see if any fuel came out of there. It must have all come out of the front. That's weird. Well, whatever. So anyways, take that bowl off. Little trick I learned from a buddy of mine doing injectors. Just take a little bit of hand lotion. So it's water soluble, so that's why it won't dry out. Use petroleum. I used to use a little bit of grease, and the thing of it is the petroleum gets into the O-ring. It could. So if you just put just a little bit on there, slide it on the tube like so. I use a liberal amount of it. It doesn't hurt nothing. It just dissolves. Not gonna hurt the fuel, not gonna hurt anything else. And I'm telling you, I used it for the O-ring, injector O-rings on my son's truck, and I was amazed at how easy and nicely it worked. Amazed. So you can see, I'm going to turn upside down. There's the sight plug right there. And you can see the level the fuel was sitting at. I'm hoping this still works good the way it is. I'm hoping that this JB Weld does what it should do. I really don't want to have to take this back part again. I'm getting tired of doing it. So that O-ring just slid right on there. Easy peasy. We're going to try it one more time. Let's throw this sucker back on. And we'll test it tomorrow. It's already, it's after midnight, so we'll throw this back on and I'll test it tomorrow. This gasket's looking a little peakish. Like we'll 86 this thing. Sorry if this stupid stool I'm standing on makes too much noise. What happens when you're fat? Everything creaks and makes noises. To it. Pretty simple. I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. I'm going to go in and get some shut eye. A little tired tonight. So anyways, we'll call it a night and we will see how it works tomorrow. Well, as you can tell, or you can probably hear, it's running. Wished I would have hammered it down a little with a hammer before the JB Weld, but so far so good. She's just purring right away. I see no wetness in the bowl anywhere. And that'd be like the third time I've stuck a bowl on that gasket. Probably well pushing over the limits you probably should go with reusing gaskets, but I'm rolling with it for now. I'm just going to keep a keen eye on it. It's not like it's my daily driver. So, yeah, I'll just be watching it. I don't need any fires or nothing. No smoke. Running good and smooth. No complaints at all there. Happy man. Running good, running good. Down, nice and quiet. This might be a tad on the rich side. I can kind of smell it a little bit. But now we're in colder weather too. When I initially set this up, it was probably 70, 80 degrees out. She runs really nice now. I should have done the valve stems a long time ago. She's running really good. I don't have a vacuum advance on it because I want to get an adjustable one. It's over advancing it. So I want to be able to dial it back. So when I hook it up, it pulls it way too far. So that's why that's disconnected. All they gotta do is get one of those standard ignition VC31s and toss it on there. I just haven't done it yet. Nope, she purrs. I like it. Everything's quiet. I don't even think I heard the bearings rattling around either. We're gonna let her get up to temperature and keep an eye for fuel leaks. I still don't see anything. It runs better with this bowl on there. I think the other bowl was, the float height was way off. I never checked or nothing, I just threw it on there. Like I said, the screw was all seized up, and I was afraid if I turned the gaskets, I'd rip the gaskets and all that jazz, so I just left it be. It was just to move it in and out of the garage. sounds a lot better. Much better. Check the timing and things like that. I think we'll call it a wrap for right now. I got other projects I got to slide in here and get done before time runs away from me. So anyways, yeah, we'll call this one a wrap. One down, many more to go.